Hey guys, so this video is going to be broken down into two parts. I went to the Goodwill bins and a thrift store. Now the thrift store I was able to go in there with my camera, record everything, but the Goodwill bins I was not able to because I'm not allowed to. So the first part I want to show you is everything I got at the Goodwill bins, which was a crazy amount of stuff for so little. And the same could be said for the thrift store. So that being said, let's get right into the Goodwill haul for the bins. And we're going to start off with one of my first finds and one of the better finds. And every time I found something, it just got better and better and better, which is hard to do at the Goodwill bins consistently. Now, this is a quarter zip, wait, quarter zip? Yeah, quarter zip jacket from the brand Huck, a fishing brand. This, I promise, I know for a fact, and it's a size, what is it, 2, yeah, 2XL. I promise this will be gone by the end of the week. It's a 2XL, an amazing, flawless condition, man. It's like barely worn. I know this will sell for between 30 and 40 within a week. Maybe 50, but I think that's pushing it. But anyways, the next jacket. Actually, I think I found this in the bin like 2 bins down because they had just rotated this one. Another jacket, but this is a vest from the brand. Whoop. Bring it back up. There we go. From the brand Johnny O. And I mentioned, I think I'm kind of talking it into existence because I mentioned a couple of videos ago that I don't really, that when I first started reselling, I would find this brand all the time, and recently I haven't been able to find it. But now it seems like every other day, once again, I'm finding it more and more. So once again, this could also go for between 30 and 40. So 2 jackets in the beginning of the bins trip, and I already found 2 jackets that are worth between 30 and 40 each. Now this, actually, I could thank my girl for this. Now she wasn't with me, but when she did used to go with me, whenever they would bring out a bin that only had pillows and comforters and curtains, only a handful of people would go look at that because they're not really there for comforters and pillows. But what she would do, she would go and she would dig under all those pillows, and sometimes more often than not, you would find clothes. Not a lot of it, but a few things. So when they do that, now I do go check the comforter section. Thank goodness I did, because look what I found when I went to go look under all those pillows and comforters. A Patagonia shirt. Nothing too crazy. This is not going to go for anything crazy like 30 or 40. This might be like maybe 20 at the most. But the good thing about it is that because of the brand, this will sell faster than a regular t-shirt would. I promise that might also sell by the end of the week as well. And I've mentioned countless times, whenever I go to the bins, I try to find that one thing that's going to try to pay for the whole lot. I think I spent a total of, I want to say, I think it was like 48, I think, total, which is a lot more than I normally pay at the bins. At the bins, I normally pay like maybe 20 per visit. So when I spent 48, you better believe it was definitely worth it. And this is one of those things that's going to help pay for the whole lot. Nothing too crazy. It is a Lucky Brand sweater. It is new with tags. And even though the price tag, the original price tag, I don't know if the camera's too bright to show, but it does say, let me see, right? Not too bright. Anyways, it says $98 for the original price. I'm not going to get anywhere near that for this. I know we're not even in the right season for this. So even if I would say 20 would be realistic, and even then maybe not. But even so, something like that I know will definitely help pay for the entire lot. And this is one of the last things I found. As a matter of fact, this right here could potentially pay for the entire lot. This is another scenario that I'm talking about where, like, I don't understand some resellers where they'll just dig, they bring out a new bin and they're just throwing stuff up left and right. How can you really, see what you're doing? How can you really see what you're going? And this is yet another. If I had a nickel for every time I saw this, a person doing that, throwing stuff up, being crazy, I saw this fly in the air, and all I saw was not the brand, but I saw on the collar, I saw this pattern. All right. And when I saw that pattern, I thought on the collar, right? I thought, I'm not the collar, on the button. I said to myself, is that what I think it is? And I grabbed it really quick, and I was right. It was a Burberry Brit polo men's shirt, and I think I've sold these, I want to say 5 times, and every time I sell them, they sell for about 35, 40, 30 or 40 dollars, and that was awesome. So, like I said, if I see that Nova check pattern, all right, I'm going to go look for it. And that just goes to show again, I don't get how or understand, and I've seen multiple people like on TikTok and everywhere else say the same thing. They don't understand how people throw clothes up left and right. How you really seeing what you're looking for. And this was something that I'm surprised people left behind, which was not left behind, but people weren't digging hard enough for. Oh, sorry. It is a Marmot vest. Once again, not the right season for a vest, especially a fleece vest right now. But the brand itself is decent. And once again, maybe 20 or so for that one. So definitely a solid find there. What's the we got here? Okay, yeah. I got lucky with this one because this one was at the very bottom of the bin, and not too many people look at the very bottom of the bins, but thankfully I do. It is a button-down shirt from Ariat. I want to say once again between 30 and 40, but if I had to be realistic, probably say more 30 than 40. I think 40 is pushing it, but 30 sounds solid, and it is an extra large, and once again in amazing shape. So yeah. And when it comes to this, I really don't pick these up as often. I'm really picky when it comes to cashmere, because I realize just because it's cashmere does not guarantee it's going to sell fast. But depending on the brand, Peck and Peck luxury, and of course the size, if I see an extra small or a small cashmere, unless it's an amazing brand, I'm not going to pick it up. But an extra large red long sleeve V-neck cashmere from Peck and Peck, that was good enough for me. Once again, that could also go for about 20, 25 or so. Yep. A very safe brand for me. I love this is one of my favorite brands to find by far. Just because I know how fast it is and easy it is to sell reliably, which is FootJoy. Now I will say that this brand is definitely oversaturated on eBay. So many of these around. I'm not gonna say you're gonna sell this for like 25 or 30. You might maybe get between 15 and 20. And normally I wouldn't be bragging about that, but you know, it's just the fact that it's so easy to sell, especially depending on like the color and whatnot. I noticed that black and white and maybe blue are the best ones to find for that. See, next up is this jacket. Now, I kind of laughed at myself after I found it, well, after I got back and I looked it up. This is a full zip jacket from the brand Athleta. I forgot the name of the style because I did look at the style. I forgot the name of the actual model of this. But what made me laugh was when I looked up the value and everything, the exact same style and everything and condition had sold for $30 like the day before I found this. I was just like, wow, if only I had found this a day earlier, I could like that could have been me selling it for 30. But anyways, that was an awesome find itself. This was the first for me, not the brand but the style. It is a Lacoste, but it's a tank top that I've never, I can honestly say I've never found a tank top Lacoste. So it is only a size 3, so not the most in-demand size, but we'll see how this goes. I'm going to try to go for 20, but, you know, honestly, I could be wrong because I haven't actually looked up the comparisons yet. Now, once again, I do not understand. Sometimes I just think it's coincidence. Is it luck? I don't know what. But later on, they rolled out more bins, and what you know, and more comforters and pillows. No one's really looking at it. I go looking at it. I go dig at the bottom. And what do I come across? Another white shirt and another Patagonia. And I thought to myself, what are the odds, really? 2 different bins. They both have pillows and whatnot in there. And they both have a Patagonia stuffed at the very bottom of it. And that's why nobody's able to find these rarely. Unless they're ones that we're digging through, which, like I said, not many people do. Because, you know, as soon as they see the comforters and pillows, they don't even bother. Which I get it. Because when I first started going to the bins, I didn't bother either. It was only my girl who had kind of convinced me to do it when I saw her do it. So thank you again, babe, for that. And as I mentioned before, I just mentioned again the brand FootJoy. I did just wash this, so it's all the colors all spread out. But anyways, a large, a large. I want to say maroon, almost violet polo shirt. Once again, 15 to 20 or so. And like I said, stuff like that will help pay for the entire lot itself. Now this I have not found in a while actually, and I just sold one of these like I want to say maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago. No, longer than maybe 4 weeks ago. But a pair of 511 tactical pants, size 36. The last time I sold these, they went for I think it was 25 or so. So I would imagine the same for those. Next up, okay. So this was actually the first find of the day. And when I grabbed it, I knew right away, this is going to be the thing that's going to pay for the whole lot, actually. The Vineyard Vine shirt. Yes, I understand that there are so many of these on eBay. The value has dropped because the competition is so fierce for this brand. But still, the fact that I could probably get 15 to 20 out of this within, I want to say, a week, depending on how I list the price. I'm not going to say, you know what, yeah, I'll take it back. Maybe not a week. Even if I put that at 15 at the end of the week, I might be pushing it. But anyways, I know that could sell for about 15 or so to help pay for the lot. Now this was interesting. A vintage Christian Dior women's, I want to say tunic, I want to say long coat, but coat doesn't sound right. I haven't done the deep research, but I did quick research. I could not find the exact style for this or even the name for this. All I can tell is that it is vintage, it is women's, and it comes off as a bit of a tunic. So going to do a lot more research. So that value is like all over the place. Who knows what that could be worth? And speaking of which, I did just mention this as well. When it comes to cashmere, I'm not going to grab just anything. Very picky. I picked this up for 2 reasons. Number one, the color is not that bad. The brand is decent, Lord & Taylor. And because it's got this dry cleaner tag still on it. So I don't know if I'll leave that on there. So I do know when you leave dry cleaner tags on, it kind of reassures the buyer, like, hey, look, this was just freshly dry cleaned. You're getting, not only are you getting a good piece, you're getting something that was recently professionally dry cleaned. So I might leave that on there, believe it or not. So we'll see. Once again, 20, maybe 25 on a good day. We'll see. Oh, my bad. The brand, the brand. I don't know if you can see it because of the tag. It says Lord & Taylor. I've only sold their cashmere a handful of times, but when it does sell, it sells for like in the 20, 25 area. And speaking of which, I said I don't find it that often. And at that trip, I found it twice. 511 tactical pants. Once again. So that's another 2025. So like I said, this day was phenomenal. I was finding stuff left and right. I couldn't believe it. Normally, I only stay there for like between 2.5 hours. I think today I was there for maybe 3.5 because I kept finding stuff and finding stuff. I should have stayed the whole day. I really should have. Next thing up was this women's, I think women's blazer. I'm not sure. It could be a men's, but it is from YSL. That was amazing. Now there's something about it. You know, I know you can't see it on the, feel it through the camera, but it does feel a little stiff for some reason. I'm not sure why that is. It doesn't feel bad. Like, it doesn't feel bad condition. It just feels like a little stiff for some reason. But maybe that's just how their blazers are. Who knows? But awesome find. But this is a very small blazer, as you can see. It is not that big. So that's why I feel it could be a women's. But as I said before, I have not done any deep research, so got to look that up. But if that is a women's, I want to guess maybe 25, 30 as well. Maybe more. Who knows? Now, oh my gosh, this was an amazing find. It is a black blazer, but when I touched it, as soon as I grabbed the shoulder, I was like, wait a minute, you don't even have to tell me. I already know what this is. The brand is Ralph Lauren, and this is the black tag, a much more desirable style. But this is, I hope I can get it out. But anyways, 100% cashmere, black Ralph Lauren blazer. All I heard when I saw that, when I felt and saw the brand, Ralph Lauren, black, all cashmere, all I could hear in my head was cha-ching, 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 and black label, so even better. Moving up, now this one kind of made me laugh because as I'm digging through the bin, it was a new bin, and I only saw one part. I saw the blazer, I pulled up the jacket a little bit from the inside, and all I saw was that, and that was good enough for me. I grabbed it and I threw it in my bag. I didn't care what the brand was. I didn't care about anything. It was the bins. It was a Laurel Piana piece, but the brand, which made it even better, which was good enough, was Brooks Brothers. And I forgot to take the tag off. From time to time when you go to the Goodwill bins, you will see the tag from the store still on there. But as you can see, it was originally $10, which honestly, if I had found that at the Goodwill bins, I might have picked it up anyways, even for $10. But which was even more curious because if it still has a tag on it at the Goodwill bins in this area, that means at some point this was on sale for $1.49 and still nobody picked it up, which is even better because I got it for cheaper at the Goodwill bins. So a Brooks Brothers Laurel Piana blazer with the gold buttons, that is even more valuable. That is also, actually, hold on, let me see if these are surging cuffs or no. So just anyways, yeah, awesome piece. I want to say that one could possibly be between 40 and 50 potentially. Let's see here. Almost done. Oh, okay. Now this was this was not Goodwill or anything. I got this online because I saw what it was. Now at first I did try to purchase this for me to see if it fit, but I something told me that it might not have fit, and it did not. But I thought it was a win-win. Now, I did buy this online, technically thrifted. I did pay up for it because, like I said, I was buying it for myself. But these pair of pants from the brand Johnny O, and yes, It was new attack. Somebody was selling this online thrifting for, I think it was 20, no, 30. They wanted 30 for it, which $30 for a brand new Johnny O pants is already a steal. But I try to bring them down. I try to negotiate some more. I offer them 20. We're going back and forth, and they sell it. They agree to sell it for 20. So $20 for Johnny O pants, when the retail price, once again, I don't know if it's going to show up, $148 for these pair of pants. And when I saw that, when I was checking them out online, I thought to myself, $148 brand new. All right, $148 brand new. I'm going to get it for 20. And if it doesn't sell, I could always try to resell it myself for a much higher price than $20. If this is going for $148 brand new and it's a solid brand, I want to say maybe between 60 and 80 is a good gauging point. Maybe higher, who knows? But that's where I'm going to be aiming at for sure. All right, guys. One last thing, and the best find of the entire Goodwill binge trip by far. This was the find. Now, once again, it was a new bin. This was actually inside a dry cleaner bag with the hanger, and the guy next to me got there first, and he grabbed the bag. He didn't look inside. He just grabbed the bag and threw it to the side. And when he did, I grabbed it because I could kind of see through like a small hole what was in there, and I just had to see what it was. Because if it was what I thought it was, that was going to pay for maybe the whole, like two, no. If this is what I thought it was, it might have paid for the entire month of thrifting, all right? It would have, once it sells, if it is what I thought it was. And guys, it was what I thought it was. I found at the Goodwill bins a vintage mink coat, all right? I lost my mind. And the guy who threw it to the side, once he saw me open it, because I did walk away. I never do that. On a new rotation, if I find something good, I'll throw it in my bag and keep looking. But the size of this thing, look how big this thing is, okay? It was not going to fit in my bag. There's no way. I had to walk away to the next bin behind me, open up the bag, pull it out, look at it. And I could not believe it. It's a Rifkin fur coat mink. I've seen a few of these on sale. All right, they're listed in the 400 area, which is crazy to me. So anyways, when the guy saw what I had pulled out of it, he kept staring me down the rest of the time I was in there. Almost like he wanted to take it from me, like he's waiting for me to leave it behind. Like he's waiting for me to leave my bag alone for a second till he could grab it. And when I tell you, when I found this, I immediately went to the cashier with everything that I had with me at the time, paid for it, took it to my car, locked the doors, and went back inside. Because, like I said, I'm not going to fit this in a TJ Maxx bag. It is a big, long coat. So that was awesome. I could not believe my luck. Finally got a fur coat. And not only that, but I got it from the Goodwill bin. So super cheap compared to where I could have gotten it. So definitely the find of the Goodwill bins. So with that being said, guys, let me show you what I found at the thrift store. So one of my new favorite brands to come across is the brand Steel. I found it for the first time at a flea market a few months ago, and I could not believe how fast it sold. And yet here I come across another one. Now this is only a polo shirt. They got a value of about $30. Now I did not find one, not two, but I found 3 Steel shirts at the same thrift store. I was blown away. These button-down shirts are a lot more valuable. This one could potentially go for $40. Here's the third one I found. I found another one of these, I think last week, and that one sold within I think a couple of hours for $45. So I was blown away to find these. And of course, a Peter Millar Summer Comfort, all white, only $1.99, extra large. It's just all the right things. And that could easily go for about $25 on eBay all day, every day. Now this was a very interesting find, alright, a North Face vest that was new with tags, and they only wanted $10. Now the reason that's interesting is because this thrift store loves to price up their North Face. I've seen them put jackets, shirts, all used for $40, $50, $60. I was blown away that they only wanted $10. But I assume the embroiderment on the front, as you can see, probably has something to do with that, because later on down the rack I found another North Face, and this is what I'm talking about. They want $30 for this one. And it's not even new, so that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, but like I said, this one does not have any kind of company logo on it. So like I said, maybe the embroiderment has something to do with it. And this brand, Johnny O, I mentioned earlier as well. I'm not finding it, or there was a time when I wasn't finding it. Now lately I'm finding it left and right. So this is easily $25 by all day, every day on eBay for sure. And I also, once again, mentioned, I don't want to sound like a broken record. I mentioned these blazers. I don't pick them up very often, unless right there, Laurel Piano. Once again, this is even better. This is Tasmanian wool, super 130s, and the jacket alone was good enough. But I was lucky enough to actually also find the pants to go along with it, which just raised the value even higher. So that was an awesome find on its own. Now this one I debated about picking up is a new with tags Michael Kors that's originally $275. They only wanted 40. I thought about getting it, but something told me that, you know, 40 bucks is about what I would get for it on eBay. I could have been wrong, but I just couldn't see myself doing it, so I left it behind. Now there was another reseller in there, and I saw him pick up a Patagonia shirt, and it just killed me. I was like, damn, I wish I would have found that. And next thing you know, about 20 minutes later, I come across a Patagonia jacket. So I think mine was better than his. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Now this was the find of the thrift store as well. A Burberry rain jacket for only $8. Now, as amazing as this was to find, I was ecstatic. I was not going to leave this behind. It was awesome, great condition. There was no size tag on it. That part had worn off, but it seemed to be like a large, extra large. But regardless, this thing has already sold within 2 days. Right? I sold it for $175 out from $8. So that was a very fast, quick flip. But anyways, guys, that's gonna wrap this up. Like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you guys next time.